Last April, the Federation of International Lacrosse announced that Ireland had won the bid to host the next men's U19 championships in 2020.
And since then, the country has gone full tilt in developing the modern game. Now, believe it or not, but Ireland has been playing lacrosse since the 19th century. The sport's popularity began to rise again on the Emerald Isle at the start of the 21st century after Ireland's participation in the European Championships in 2001. And now the country will host the World Championships in Limerick at the University of Limerick, which the Irish refer to as the Sports Campus of Ireland, home to the country's finest facilities. We caught up with the man behind the growth spurt in Ireland, Jim Hoban, the director of Ireland Lacrosse North America.
I'm joined now by Jim Hoban, the director of Ireland Lacrosse North America. Jim, thank you so much for joining us, and on the eve of St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful weekend coming ahead. There's no doubt.
So to get things started, for those who might not know, what is Ireland Lacrosse and Ireland Lacrosse North America?
Ireland Lacrosse, like U.S. Lacrosse, is the governing body of the sport of lacrosse in Ireland. Ireland Lacrosse North America was founded about 3 years ago as a subsidiary of Ireland Lacrosse to promote and develop the development of the awareness, if you will, of lacrosse in North America for potential sponsors, developers, can help our sport in the development in Ireland.
Now, like you mentioned, growing that awareness, a huge part of your organization is growing the sport of lacrosse. What sorts of hurdles have you had to tackle while building the game of lacrosse in Ireland?
I'm going to be redundant. I'm going to say the word awareness again. People need to be aware of the sport in Ireland. Ireland is a fantastic sporting country. Ireland had been playing lacrosse back into the 1880s. And for some reason unknown, 50, 60 years ago, it kind of died away, both in the women's as well as the men's side. And since then, we have really attempted through various methods to develop the sport from a youth on up in the country. But as we know, there's 30 to 50 million Americans and Canadians in North America who are of Irish descent, and we want to reach out to them to make them aware of the efforts we're putting forth in Ireland.
So how many national teams does Ireland have, and how are these teams funded? How does that work?
We have 5 national teams. We have a senior men's, senior women's. We have a U19 men's, U19 women's. We have a box indoor lacrosse team for men. Funding, it's one of our biggest hurdles. It's independently, by team, by player. And that's one of the jobs of Ireland Lacrosse North America, is to reach out to corporations and to individuals to seek funding and different types throughout to assist and help those players so they don't have to raise a constant battle of raising the money every time we have an international tournament.
So Ireland has been granted host duties of the 2020 FIL Men's U19 World Championships in Limerick. How excited were you guys when you got that bid, and what does it mean for the organization?
It's tremendous. We were extremely excited. I can't really voice how excited we really were. But what we have to do now is we have to make the people in Ireland aware of lacrosse. That's one of the big goals we have, and make people here in North America aware that we're going to have the championships in 2020 to promote them, to travel to Ireland, to watch and support the great game of lacrosse.
Now, you mentioned that you guys are launching some sort of initiative to raise awareness. Tell me a little bit about that.
What we have to do is we send our coaches, we send our players, we send referees, we send various individuals to Ireland to educate from the youth all the way up to the senior level. It's very, very important to expose the sport to the youth. We have a Sticks for Schools program where we raise money to or donate and receive used sticks, shafts to send over to Ireland for the schools. We also raise money to buy sticks for the youngsters in Ireland. That way, we feel we can expose the sport of lacrosse to the individuals in Ireland. Thus, when we have the championships, they will be more familiar and anxious to attend.
Now, Jim, we were talking earlier before this interview, and I was asking you about another initiative that you guys are launching, and it's an Irish saying, I believe it is. So what's that saying, and what does it mean?
Jen Hig May. It's and my grandparents would roll over in their grave. I'm not very good at Irish anymore, but it means I will. I will donate. I will coach. I will help. I will play. I will give all effort I have to promote the great sport that we all love and enjoy in Ireland.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining us today, and happy almost St. Patrick's Day. And on that note, is there any type of an Irish cheers or something that I should know about as we head into St. Patrick's?
Just have a wonderful St. Paddy's Day.
Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate the time.
Take care.